Kobe Bryant retired with 5 championships, one short of Michael Jordan's 6. But today I'm going back to NBA 2K16 to try and win Kobe Bryant one last ring before he retires from the league. But there's one problem. This team sucks. So we got to go out and make some trades. I'm going to start off by trading Roy Hibbert and Julius Randle. Randle ends up being a really good player in real life, but you know what? We'll take Greg Monroe and Michael Carter-Williams because they are definitely upgrades in terms of overall for our team. And we need players who are going to be able to help us right now. And a guy who I had my eye on was John Wall. We need a star on this team, but guys like LeBron are going to be too hard to get. If we could get a player like John Wall, that would be huge, but the Wizards aren't going to work with me. So I decided to try and go to the Cavs and make a home run trade involving D'Angelo Russell and Lou Williams. This obviously wasn't going to be enough, so I decided, you know what? I'll go all in with all my picks to try and add Kyrie Irving to this roster. We're getting a star in LA if we can make this trade. And I do. 4 first-round picks, D'Lo and Lou Will. The Cavs might have fleeced me on that one, but we needed a star alongside Kobe, and we got a young star in Kyrie. So I'm not too mad at the trade. Looking into free agency, Larry Sanders is available, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and sign him because we need players on this roster. We need some depth. The depth is definitely lacking. Ray Allen won't take my contract, though, so we can't get Ray on the team. But we'll keep making moves, try to add more depth to the roster. Hassan Whiteside and UD, don't mind if I do, especially because Hassan Whiteside at an 81 will definitely help us out. He'll probably start at the 5, so like that trade for us. Tiago Splitter and a first-round pick. We're going to get a higher overall player and a pick in this trade. Seems like a good one to me. But Tiago, you're not safe. We're going to look to make another trade involving Tiago Splitter. I see Danny Green. Yeah, we could use a sharpshooter on the team. Nah, I'm playing, bro. Danny Green, you're going to get traded because we can go get Derek Favors and Rudy Gobert. In the old 2Ks, Derek Favors, Rudy Gobert, Hassan Whiteside. Those guys were so easy to get. But Derek, I'm sorry. I know we just got you, but I've got a lot of work to do if we're going to win Kobe a chip. I'm going to go get Kemba Walker as a bucket getter off the bench for us. Or so you thought. Kemba Walker is not even going to be on this team. We're going to go out and get Gordon Hayward onto the roster. Hayward at an 83 overall should be able to get buckets on the wing for us. Now we have a solid starting lineup solidified with Kyrie, Kobe, Gordon Hayward, Greg Monroe, and Hassan Whiteside. We might also have Larry Sanders come off the bench, but I can't even sign like anybody else from my bench. Andre Karolinko won't even take my deal. So we're going to have to get to work with some trades, maybe at the deadline, because I don't really know what I can do at this point. The bench sucks, but I have like no picks. I really have no way to make this team better. So we'll see if there's anything I can do later on, maybe towards the middle of the season. But maybe I don't need to do anything because we're 40-15. That's really good. So I'll try and see what I can do in terms of trades. If there's any moves that make a lot of sense, I'll definitely do them. I see Andre Miller. He's 39 years old, but he's an upgrade for right now. So we'll go ahead and take him. And actually, there were a couple trades out there that helped our roster. We'll go get Luis Scola. I don't mind taking on these veteran players. We need vets right now. We need guys who can help us immediately. Andre Roberson for some defense. Sure, I'll go ahead and make that move. I can trade Larry Sanders now. I signed him, and I wasn't getting like any trade offers for him after. I think it might have been some type of trade restriction or some. And we'll go ahead and get Mason Plumlee on the team. He'll be running our 6-man. I mean, look at the minutes distribution. You see the little line chart up top. Everything's looking good, man. Roster looks solid. KD's the MVP of the league at the end of the season. We shouldn't have traded D'Lo, bro. Oh my goodness, he hooped. Like, he would have been ready to contribute year one. He was putting up some great numbers. I'm kind of regretting that move. And MCW, who we traded, of course, wins 6-man of the year as well. So I guess I was making some L trades throughout this season. But that Kyrie move could look kind of bad for us. I mean, Kyrie is all NBA, but the numbers D'Lo was putting up, plus we lost out on Lou Will in that trade, and we traded all those picks. That might have been a bad trade by me, but I was excited at the idea of getting a guy like Kyrie on our team, and I guess it panned out because we're in here as the 2nd seed. We'll go ahead and check out the conference. If you guys remember, back around this time, the Western Conference was super competitive. And there was no play-in tournament back in the day, man. What do y'all know about old school ball? There was no play-in tournament. But yeah, the Western Conference around this time was absolutely crazy. And of course, in the East, you've got the Cavs. So we got to worry about them when we hopefully make it to the finals. The squad's looking good as we head into the playoffs. But like, as you can see, the 7 seed won 53 games. So even though we're the 2 seed, we definitely still have some competition here. And they're cooking us. We're down 3-1. We take a game. Come on, maybe the 3-1 comeback here. No, we're going to lose in 6 to the 7 seed, man. It's the New Orleans Pelicans. And around this time in 2K, Anthony Davis was overpowered. So I'm guessing that's how we ended up losing in this one. The guys played well. Kobe was getting buckets. Kyrie was hooping. So you know what? The Kyrie trade's still solid for sure. Kyrie was getting buckets for us. But the Pels go on to win the championship. So we did lose to the eventual champs, I guess. And after the season, Kobe doesn't want to retire. So we'll go ahead and run it back. See if we can win a championship in this upcoming year. We're going to go ahead and jump to team player options. I'll definitely pick up Mason Plumlee's option and Andre Roberson's. We don't have any draft picks this year, unfortunately, but we do have some free agents who we need to bring back. We'll definitely bring back Kobe. He's kind of the focal point of this team and what we're trying to do right now. So we'll bring him back on a 3-year deal. Hassan Whiteside wants to test free agency, and we're getting Kobe back on day 1. Unfortunately, LeBron did decline his player option, but he signed a deal to return to Cleveland, so we aren't going to be able to go after him. Since there aren't too many big names in free agency, like I don't even have enough money for a guy like D-Wade, and I'm not really interested in clearing that money up. We'll try to go after a guy like Andre Drummond, see if I can sign him, because it looks like Hassan Whiteside is going to move on from our team. So, yeah, luckily we were able to land Andre Drummond. He was a restricted free agent, and I guess the Pistons let him go. So that's a pretty big win for us. We get a young big man as Kobe Bryant is regressing a little bit. Luckily, though, some of our guys are getting better, so hopefully we'll be all right. Speaking of progression, we have untapped potential. If you all remember, back in these days, the untapped potential camps used to be absolute cheese. You gave these camps to your players, and they just started progressing crazily, so hopefully we'll see that for our guys. Year number 2, KD repeats as the MVP of the league. Nikola Mirotic is the 6th man of the year. DeAndre Jordan, DPOY. Marcus Smart, most improved player. D'Lo was the All-NBA second team, by the way, so I definitely got cooked in that trade. Kyrie didn't even make All-NBA, and I traded all those picks, man. That trade's not looking good. But luckily, we did have another good season, 52-30 on the year, good enough for the 4th seed. Like I said, the West was really competitive around these times, and the roster's looking solid, though. Hopefully, we'll be able to make some noise in the playoffs this time. Maybe at least make it out of the first round. We will have to get past the Oklahoma City Thunder, though, if we want to make a finals run. At least most likely. I'm assuming they'll make it out of the first round. And it looks like we will make it out. It ended up going to Game 7. In Game 7, though, Kyrie Irving came up big for us. So did Gordon Hayward. Kobe had a rough first round, but it's all right, man. He's coming off a solid regular season, and you know what? We moved on, so that's all that matters. Now, though, we have a battle with the Oklahoma City Thunder coming up. Also, Gordon Hayward, about 26% from 3. That is wild. Let's go ahead and let's get into this series against OKC. They're up 2-0. Okay, we take a game. Come on, let's tie it up. Okay, they're up 3-1, and they're going to gentleman sweep us. Man, that OKC team was just crazy. And, yeah, the Thunder are going to win the chip, beating the Bulls in 7. KD, the MVP of the league, takes home a finals MVP as well. But Kobe still doesn't want to retire. I guess he sees that our team's competing and doesn't want to retire as a result. So we'll take it. We got another chance to get Kobe ring number 6. We will pick up the team option on Greg Monroe, bring him back to the team. He's an 84 overall, and luckily Gordon Hayward picked up his player option, so we'll be able to get both of those guys back for another year. It looks like we could have some solid free agents this year, but I don't think we're really going to have any cap space to work with. I will extend the qualifying offer to Mason Plumlee so that hopefully we can go ahead and get him back. I'm going to offer him a 5-year contract, and Andre Roberson, I'll go ahead and give him like a 3-year deal. But once I got to free agency, everything went terribly. Zach Randolph was the best available free agent. I didn't have enough money to sign him, and I just decided to try and go after some other players. Here's a sped up clip of it. I offered a contract to so many players, and not one of them wanted to sign with my basketball team. And even worse, we ended up losing out on Mason Plumlee. I'm still not really too sure how, but we lost out on Mason Plumlee, and we lost out on Andre Roberson, meaning that we basically have our starting 5 plus 69 overall Luis Scola. I don't know what to do. We got to make some trades. I'm going to look at Greg Monroe moves. I see Mike Conley. I'll do this. We don't really need a point guard, so Mike Conley will trade you for Anderson Holt. He's a number 1 overall pick. In the 2016 draft, he was picked number 1 overall, so we'll go ahead and try to trade for him. He's got good potential, so hopefully I can use him in another move to get a better player, or maybe we keep him around. I don't really know. That move could backfire. I couldn't really find any good trades for him, so I'm just going to send him to potential camp and hope that we can find a move later on, maybe around the trade deadline. I'm also going to send Gordon Hayward to potential camp, and we'll go ahead and send Kyrie to potential camp as well. But I'm definitely going to be making some moves around the trade deadline of this season because, yeah, we just aren't doing too good. 22-24 on the year, 9th in the conference. It's time to make some moves. We've got Trevor Booker on the roster. I see some solid players available in these moves. Nicholas Batum, he's a 79 overall. I'll go ahead and do that trade. He has 2.5-star trade value, so hopefully we can find somebody solid in a move involving him. We can go ahead and get Tristan Thompson and a first. Yeah, I'll do that move. Then I'll trade Tristan Thompson and that first-round pick to get some other players who we can use in potential moves. We got Luol Deng and J.R. Smith in that trade. Then I can trade Luol Deng and J.R. Smith to go out and get Al Horford. Y'all see what I'm doing here? We started with Trevor Booker. Now we got Al Horford. And then I can go out and trade Al Horford for MKG and TJ Warren. Then I can trade MKG and go out and get James Johnson and Tony. That was a terrible trade. I don't know why I did that one. But we'll go ahead and trade Tony Allen, get David West in the first. This is where I stopped cooking. The moves just got bad from here. TJ Warren, I'm going to see if I can make any moves involving him. There's a first-round pick and Thabo Sefolosha. I'll go ahead and get that first. And now I've just kind of traded these players away and got picks, but I can use those picks to go out and get George Hill and Miles Turner. I feel like I was doing good up until the point where I got Al Horford. I mean, I guess we ended up with Miles Turner and George Hill. I'm going to play Miles Turner at the power forward spot. George Hill will be our backup PG, and the team's definitely looking better. We were really close to making it into the NBA playoffs, but in the final few days of the season, we ended up missing it. KD three-peats as MVP in this video, which is super crazy. But yeah, we don't make the playoffs this season. Disappointing stuff from the squad. 9th seed too. We just barely missed it, man. We were right there. But we've got a chance to try and make some moves in the offseason because even if Kobe retires, which he does, we can override his retirement. So he's going to come back for one more season. This is our last chance to get him his 6th ring. We're going to start off by picking up Miles Turner's team option. That's pretty much a no-brainer. We'll bring him back to the squad. KD declined his player option, but I wouldn't be surprised if he signs a new deal with OKC. I'm going to offer Gordon Hayward another deal. Feel like that makes sense. We need Hayward on this team. He's pretty important in terms of what we do. So we'll bring him back on a 4-year contract. And yeah, KD doesn't even end up entering free agency. Nobody too crazy in free agency, and even the better players, I can't really afford to sign them. I'm going to go out and sign Tony Wroten. He's pretty young, 77 overall. I just didn't have too much money to work with, but we'll go ahead and take him. We need the depth on the roster. Kobe regresses to a 77 overall, but we did have some other guys going up in overall, so that's good to see. But with Kobe dropping in overall, I decided to have him come off the bench and move George Hill to the 2 so that he could start. But even with those adjustments, we still weren't doing too well. 25-22 is not going to cut it if we're trying to win the championship. And I saw that Tony Wroten was really struggling with his shooting. So I definitely think he's a guy who we're going to look to trade. And overall, I'm open to trading anybody besides Kobe if it means improving the team. First off, we're going to go out and get MKG. MKG's an 80 overall. We can use him in another trade. I see Draymond Green, 83 overall. I'll definitely do this move. So Draymond is going to be on the squad, but not for long because I looked at his stats. they were absolutely terrible. So we got to trade Draymond off of the team. He's solid at an 83, but the stats just aren't there, man. Oh, that voice crack was kind of crazy. But we'll go out and get Kyle Lowry. Well, I said but yo. All I'm going to say is, if you know, you know. We'll go ahead and trade Kyle Lowry for Jrue Holiday and a first-round pick. Drew's an 82, plus we get a pick. Then I'm going to trade Andre Drummond and Jrue Holiday and that first-round pick to get DeMarcus Cousins and Rudy Gay on the squad. Oh, man, I was cooking. Boogie, welcome to the squad. But Rudy Gay, even though your numbers are solid, we'll go ahead and trade you because we can get Nerlens Noel. He's an 83. Why not do that move? Welcome to the squad, Nerlens. And then Nerlens Noel, I know we just added you to the team, but I see Hassan Whiteside and Kelly Oubre. I also see Giannis, so I'm going to go get Giannis. Then I'm going to trade Giannis for this young guy, David Harper, and we also get Kelly Oubre for some more bench depth, and I think I'm pretty much done. The squad looks kind of crazy, man. I think I went crazy at this trade deadline. We've got good depth on the team. We've got our stars with like Kyrie and Boogie. We should be good to go. And by the end of the season, we were a 50-win team. A pretty big turnaround for the squad. James Harden is the MVP of the league. Brandon Knight, 6th Man of the Year. DeAndre Jordan, DPOY. Will Barton, Most Improved Player. Kyle Lowry made the All-NBA first team. He's playing alongside Anthony Davis. That's probably a crazy duo, considering they were both All-NBA first team. But let's go ahead and get into the playoffs. We don't care too much about all that. 50 and 32 on the season, and the squad was just hooping, man. We made a huge turnaround on the year, ended up making the first seed, and now we're trying to get this chip. Round number 1, we got the Denver Nuggets, and that is an easy gentleman sweep. Round 2, we have the Phoenix Suns. I want to see who's on some of these teams. And looking at the Suns, they got Eric Bledsoe as their lead player in the little picture by their team. But let's go ahead and see who else they have. They got D-Book, Greg Fisher, Markieff Morris, and Hassan Whiteside. This team doesn't really intimidate me too much. Eric Bledsoe probably doesn't want to be there. So let's go ahead and let's get it done. 2-1 in the series. Okay, 2-2. Come on, guys. Please lock in. 3-2, and we take it in 6. We're moving on to face Golden State. The Warriors, of course, have Steph Curry on their squad. They also still have Klay Thompson on the team. So this is definitely going to be a tough matchup. They got Iggy, Aaron Gordon, and DeAndre Jordan. Definitely a good squad, but we had a better record than them in the regular season. We're up 2-0 in the series. We're up 3-0. They take a game. Don't do this, guys. No, we're not going to blow the 3-0. We were on the cusp of making the finals. Please win this. We're up in the game. Fourth quarter. We're down a couple. We lost. Oh my, bro. We blew a 3-0 lead. Are you serious? Are you serious, man? Gordon Hayward, what were you doing? 1 for 13? Like, are you serious? 1 for 7, Shabazz Napier? George Hill, 1 for 7? Y'all all sold, bro. Are you serious? We were this close, too. What happened, man? And the Warriors won the chip, so if we would have won that game, we probably would have won the chip. Oh, my goodness. What an L ending to the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, though. I had a ton of fun making it. If y'all want to see more throwback 2K videos, let me know in the comments. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.